local forecast, accurate and dependable from the Weather Channel.
Lundy. Oh no.
Severe thunderstorm was located near Mazan or near Morris.
Ah, damn.
Northeast at 55 miles per
Alright.
hour. Hazard 16 miles per hour with gusts and quarter-size hail. Source radar indicated. Impact hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Morris, Shanahan, Minooka, and Mazan. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. This is NOAA's Weather Radio, KZ's 81 Lock. As well as Lake County in Indiana. Standard broadcasts will be curtailed to bring you the latest severe weather information. This is NOAA's Weather Radio, KZ's 81 Lock.
God. That's like... Holy shit, dude. That's like... Right.
81 Lockport. Severe weather is occurring or forecast to occur in our listening area. This station will broadcast.
Oh boy.
Until 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This one includes the following
shit.
counties in Illinois: Boone, Cook, DeKalb,
Okay.
DuPage, Ford, Grundy, Iroquois, Kane, Kankakee, Kendall, Moselle, Lake, Lee, Livingston, McHenry, McLean, Ogle, Vermilion, Will, and Winnebago, and the following counties in Indiana:
change
Benton,
this,
Jasper,
the
Lockport,
voice.
Lake, Newton, Porter,
'Cause-
Pulaski, and Stark, and the following: Lake Michigan from Wing Point, Wisconsin to Windsor Harbor, Illinois, 5 nautical miles offshore to mid-lake. Windsor Harbor to Wilmette Harbor, Illinois. Wilmette Harbor to Northerly Island, Illinois. Northerly Island to Calumet Harbor, Illinois. Calumet Harbor, Illinois to Gary, Indiana. Gary to Burns Harbor, Indiana. Burns Harbor to Michigan City, Indiana. Lake Michigan from Windsor
Oh, yeah, the watch
Harbor
light
to
doesn't
Wilmette
work on
Harbor,
that.
Illinois, 5 nautical miles offshore to mid-lake. And Lake Michigan
It's here.
Wilmette Harbor, Illinois to Michigan City, Indiana, 5 nautical miles offshore to mid-lake. And the following counties in Wisconsin: Kenosha and Walworth. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio,
Oh,
commercial
shit.
radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information.
I don't like the looks of that. I don't.
This is NOAA's Weather Radio, KZZ 81 Lockport.
Oh boy. Oh, this might be for me.
Southeastern Kendall County in northeastern Illinois. Northwestern Will County.
This might be.
Northeastern
This might be.
Illinois Until 2:15 p.m. At 1:37 p.m., a severe thunderstorm.
Yep, we're in this one. We're in it.
Moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Radar hazard 60 miles per hour.
We're under severe thunderstorm warning now.
Source radar impact. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Joliet, Naperville, Bowling
Oh, those are...
Romeoville, Plainfield, Woodridge, Lockport, New Lenox, Palmer Glen, Mokina, Shanahan, Minooka, Wilmington, Coal City, Crest Hill, Shorewood, Manhattan, Bengals Park, Diamond, Elwood, Preston Heights, Fairmont, Rockdale, and Crystal Lawns. For your protection,
2.17.
on the lowest floor of a building.
That's what we're
The
getting.
tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. for northeastern Illinois. This is No Weather Radio, KZZ.
That literally says 3. Fuck off.
The National Weather Service in Chicago has issued a special marine warning for nearshore waters from Little Lake Harbor to
3.22, dude. We're gonna get slobbered.
Calumet Harbor to Burns Harbor. Open waters from Little Lake Harbor to Michigan City out to Mid-Lake until 3:15 p.m. At 1:47 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 8 nautical miles south of Midway Airport to 6 nautical miles southwest of Joliet, moving northeast at 35 knots. Hazard, wind gusts in excess of 50 knots and large hail. Source, radar. Impact, boats could suffer significant structural damage in high winds and hail. Small craft could capsize in suddenly higher waves. Locations impacted include Harrison Beaver Crib, 31st Street Harbor, Monroe Harbor, Calumet Harbor, Indiana Harbor, Montrose Harbor, Burnham Harbor, Hammond Marina, Jackson Park Harbor, Belmont Harbor, Marina Shores at Dune Harbor, and 59th Street Marina. A tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. for northeastern Illinois, northwestern Indiana, and adjacent waters of Lake Michigan. Joliet. Impact, hail damage to vehicle is expected. Expect wind damage to roof, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Joliet. Waters of Lake Michigan.
Why is it?
3 p.m. At 2:32 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over South Deering, or near Roseland, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees.
I give up.
Locations impacted include Hammond, Gary, East Chicago, and Whiting. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Wind damage with this storm will occur with little to no rain or lightning. Do not wait for the sound of thunder before taking cover. Seek shelter immediately inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. A tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. for northwestern Indiana. Northern Porter County in northwestern Indiana, northeastern Lake County in northwestern Indiana until 3:30 p.m. At 2:47 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Merrillville, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Gary, Portage, Merrillville, Valparaiso, Hobart, Crown Point, Chesterton, Lake Station, South Haven, Porter, Winfield, New Chicago, Burns Harbor, Ogden Dunes, Town of Pines, Beverly Shores, Wheeler, and Dune Acres. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. for northwestern Indiana.
Oh. Are you for real?
In Chicago has issued a special marine warning for nearshore waters from Calumet Harbor to Michigan City, open waters from Winthrop Harbor to Michigan City out to mid-lake until 4:15 p.m. At 2:49 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 8 nautical miles west of Valparaiso to 7 nautical miles south of Cary, moving northeast at 45 knots. Hazard, wind gusts in excess of 50 knots and large hail. Source, radar. Impact, boats could suffer significant structural damage in high winds and hail. Small craft could capsize in suddenly higher waves. Severe thunderstorms will be near Marina Shores at Dune Harbor around 2:55 p.m. Burns Harbor around 3 p.m. A tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. for northwestern Indiana and the adjacent waters of Lake Michigan.
Oh, here we go! Here we go! Taco will do it. Taco's gonna do it.
The National Weather Service in Chicago has issued a special marine warning for nearshore waters from Northerly Island to Calumet Harbor, nearshore waters from Calumet Harbor to Michigan City, open waters from Wilmette Harbor to Michigan City,
Tornado watch. Okay,
until
he's getting it.
5:15 p.m. At 3:54 p.m., a strong thunderstorm was located near Hammond Marina, 8 nautical miles southwest of Calumet Harbor, moving northeast at 35 knots. Hazard, wind gusts to 40 knots and small hail. Source, radar. Impact, small craft could be damaged in briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Locations impacted include Indiana Harbor, Calumet Harbor, Burns Harbor, Jacksonport Harbor, Marina Shores at Dune Harbor, and Hammond Marina. A tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. for northwestern Indiana and the adjacent waters of Lake Michigan. Move to safe harbor until hazardous weather passes. You're listening to NOAA's weather. 73 at Aurora. And
Oh my God.
at Joliet.
Oh, here we go again. Here we go again.
Reported 75. Audience reported 75.
Capo, you better do good. Here we go.
Nearshore waters from Winthrop Harbor to Northerly Island, open waters from Winthrop Harbor to Michigan
All right.
City out to mid-lake until 6:15 p.m. near O'Hare Airport for 7 nautical miles west of Wilmette Harbor, moving northeast at 25 knots. Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater and large hail. Source, radar. Impact, small craft could be damaged and briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Large hail could result in structural damage. Locations impacted include Wilmette Harbor. A tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. for northeastern Illinois and the adjacent waters of Lake Michigan. Move to safe harbor until hazardous weather passes.
Oh, again? What did they do this time? Another fucking rain one.
The National Weather Service in Chicago has issued a special marine warning for nearshore waters from Winthrop Harbor to Wilmette Harbor, open waters from Winthrop Harbor to Wilmette Harbor out to mid-lake until 5 p.m. At 4:15 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over
Why didn't you warn it?
moving northeast at 25 knots. Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater and large hail. Source, radar. Impact, small craft could be damaged and briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Large hail could result in structural damage. Locations impacted include Winthrop Harbor and Waukegan Harbor. A tornado watch remains in effect until 8 p.m. for northeastern Illinois and the adjacent waters of Lake Michigan. Move to safe harbor until hazardous weather passes.
Oh my god. Stop with the marine warning.
Following is a special County in northeastern Illinois, southeastern King County in northeastern Illinois until 8:30 p.m. At 8:11 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Plano, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Aurora, Oswego, Yorkville, Plano, Montgomery, North Aurora, Sugar Grove, Boulder Hill, and Bristol. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
Alright, here we go. We're gonna activate
Weather Radio KZZ 81. The National Weather Service in Chicago has issued a special marine warning for nearshore waters from Winthrop Harbor to Calumet Harbor, nearshore waters from Calumet Harbor to Michigan City, open waters from Winthrop Harbor to Michigan City out to mid-lake until 10:15 p.m. At 8:43 p.m., strong thunderstorms were located along a line extending from O'Hare Airport to 12 nautical miles southwest of Midway Airport near Joliet, moving east at 50 knots. Hazard, wind gusts to nearly 50 knots and small hail. Source, radar. Impact, small craft could be damaged and briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Locations impacted include Harrison Beaver, Crib, Wilmette Harbor, 31st Street Harbor, Monroe Harbor, Burns Harbor, Calumet Harbor, Indiana Harbor, Montrose Harbor, Brenham Harbor, Hamlet Marina, Jackson Park Harbor, and Belmont Harbor. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected. At 8 p.m. at O'Hare Airport, it was mostly cloudy.